Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here again at MATIC, seeing kind of what's going on here. We do have a potential play out here that could result in further downside. It just depends on how this next leg down looks, or potentially we might see a higher low. There's a few other things we want to kind of look at in the big picture, just to help understand what's going on. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. If you want to become a better trader again, CryptoCash.tech is the site, link down below. We've got a premium group. We've taken some magnificent profits here recently. Kudos to our community members there. We took some nice shorts yesterday, Bitcoin, Link, and Ethereum. And then, of course, today we took some healthy profits from a Solana long. So again, really cool stuff there coming through. Happy to start working out very well for my members. And thank you so much for the wonderful feedback I've been receiving, both on my YouTube and, of course, my Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. So quick little last thing here, just to note, we do have a phenomenal exchange we're working with. No KYC, no VPN requirements. Extremely good benefit rewards too for utilizing their exchange, just basically trading with their exchange and depositing. There's even loot box rewards and trading competitions we got coming up too. So super happy to work with them. Thank you again for providing options for our US and Canadian members. Thank you, Bitunix. Appreciate you very much. So interestingly enough here, let's take a quick look here on the hourly, just to note, we get this upper level of liquidity that was never truly swept. It's really uncommon for that to happen. Really just implies that we had lower volume as the volume started to pick out, basically go away from the exchange or the coin. We can see that the price actually started to go with it. So again, this is a hidden bearish divergence, by the way. When the price goes up and the volume goes down, pay close attention to that. It's definitely something you want to understand, because it's not a good thing when volume leaves coins. It really just implies the price is going to go down. Speaking of volume, we're not in terrible shape. Let me just go remove these fibs for a second. You can kind of see here, the volume is higher than the current moving average. Okay, and usually that's a good sign. You need that to be able to sustain the price point. So just because we have this little pullback does not necessarily imply we're going to have a drop in price, a significant drop. There's other things we want to look at, but just from the service value, that's not a terrible thing. Let's go ahead and take a quick look on the back end here and see there's a tremendous amount more shorts than longs entering the market here on this coin. Look at how many shorts are in here at about 99 cents, I think it is. Got 99 cents, but oh, never mind, I won't finish that. 99 cents, but a coin ate one. I don't know. It's terrible. Sorry. I forget I said that. What we're looking at, though, is simply put, a lot of liquidation above the current price point. And with that liquidation being above the price, we can tell that there's more potential for liquidations at that level. Okay, so it really just implies that if the price pulls back, we're going to see a nice strong liquidity sweep to push through that previous high and to kind of wreck some of those shorts. But the truth is there's more bias right now of short versus long. And again, that's why market movers typically reverse things for you, because they get everyone to buy into the short sentiment. The price is going to pull back, and then they launch up one more time to wreck you. So just keep in mind, there's still some liquidity that could be swept. We got some upper liquidity levels here from previous fair value gaps at 110 to 115, something to be mindful of. But the truth is here, the daily time frame still looks very bullish. Okay, there's nothing here that's really stark and like scary. Money flow index is coming down a little bit, but it's still quite high. So honestly, there's nothing truly in the daily time frame that I'm seeing as a concern. When we get to the 4 hour, this is where things kind of shift a little bit here. Now, this is where I like to get kind of more specific with you here. What I mean by that is we see the RSI tapering off. It's coming down with the price. That's kind of fine. Well, okay, kind of coming down. Generally speaking, we can see the RSI starting to taper off, right? It's tapering off, and the price is kind of sort of going up. So that is a hidden bearish divergence in a sense, right? But the truth is, with the money flow index being as low as it is, that's my biggest concern here. And the fact that we're testing 50 on the RSI is another concern. So if you saw the last time we did this here, we tested the RSI at 50 on the RSI and it bounced. And that's a common occurrence because 50 on the RSI is a support level. That said, though, money flow index continued to stay high. Right now, money flow index is coming down, and instead of the price action going up with the money flow, the money's flowing down. So we're going to see the price come down likely. Okay, so again, all the more reason why the price action should be coming down versus up, based on the simple fact that money is flowing away from the coin. We have a MACD divergence, and we're now below the 20-day SMA. Keep in mind we have a 50-day SMA here, trending really close to this previous resistance at about 85 cents. So keep in mind 85 cents is a likely support level. So if the price does pull back, we could see that as a bouncing point. Now, when it comes to Elliott Wave, we haven't hit a lowest point yet, so there's no truth here in the sense that we've established lower lows and lower highs. But hypothetically, the price comes down to this level and bounces, then we'll essentially come back for a higher low, or sorry, a lower high and then a lower low after. Okay, so you always got the ABC pattern to follow the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still establishing that. Okay. Now again, basically just implies we don't have a guarantee the price is going to come down much further, but it does imply that if we come down here, which should happen, we could get a bounce off of 85 cents or possibly even 82 cents. These are two Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay. So again, just some areas of opportunity. We got a lot of volume support here, so keep in mind we're on the right side of the tracks. Not dire straits whatsoever. It just looks like we might see a bit of a pullback here. I'm going to maybe reevaluate when the price gets to this level here about 86 cents. And if the alerts goes off and it hits that level, then I'll reevaluate and see if it's worth taking along. Okay. Again, the key is to reevaluate, not just to jump in blindly because that's a sweet spot. Again, if you're considering like a limit order for your spot exchange, different story. But are you trying to do like a 100x leverage trade at that level and you don't get back in and you just jump in blindly? Man, that's not how it works. There's so many people that get wrecked and they do not share their wrecked trades because of how terrible their position sizing is. Again, large leverage, large position size, that equals wreck city. To give you perspective here on these trades here, this was a 6x leverage trade and I recommended 5 to 10% max for that trade. Okay. Again, you'll probably be scratching your head like, wow, if it was such a good trade and you took such low profits, what's the big deal? Well, we do this day in and day out, and we're 90% success rate with these trades. So yeah, it adds up over time. I'd much rather slowly grow my portfolio than have one massive win or a massive loss that melts my face, right? Some of my community members were talking about that earlier. It's kind of funny, the thought of actually your face melting. All right, so last thing we want to talk about is Ichimoku Cloud. We are now below the cloud. Conversion line is above the baseline still, which is interesting. And then, of course, lag and span is not free. So there's literally nothing here that is positive contributing factor to taking along. The only thing we have contributing is that we're below the cloud, and that's basically a resistance. So we can presume that this 0.382 Fibonacci level at 90 cents is the new resistance, and the price should continue lower from here. So to me, with everything we've seen here so far, there's slightly more bearish qualities than bullish qualities. With this being overextended and Bitcoin kind of being on the struggle bus at that 36.5 range, I'm not fully convinced we're going to see MATIC break out unless Bitcoin increases its value or we see more money flowing into this coin. Okay, so again, we're not tremendously high on the volume. We need to have this kind of volume in order to have this kind of result. Okay, so you tell me, what are your thoughts? What do you think is going on here? And again, try to keep your emotional bias aside too, because a lot of folks will comment and say, oh, this is the best coin ever. It's going to go to the moon. While that might be true someday, I mean, seriously, prices have to pull back in order for them to leg up the day again, all right? If you run 5 marathons in a row, you're going to be less effective than if you run one and you have a break in between, okay? It's just the way it goes. All right. Anyways, thanks again so much for watching. Hope you learned something here today. Obviously, comment below. Please help us grow the community by jumping on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer here from Bitunix. We have, they're actually going to release some really cool features here soon with some instant rewards there based on specific volumes and different things that will really help you just by utilizing the exchange. Again, mainly just use it if you have KYC and VPN requirements and you're tired of all that, because this exchange has been around for a long time and they are not going anywhere, and I do not see KYC or VPN being a requirement for them. Thanks again for watching. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.